Every mature person's fantasy is to go back and try to live your life again with the strength of your youth, with all the knowledge of your life experience. So that's what he gets. He sells his soul to the devil to get his youth back, but he makes all the same mistakes that he always did.
I am presenting a world that the old Faust does not adhere anymore. And this world, that's why he wants to be young again, to see if he can understand it.
For me, I know human nature very well as the character of the devil, and it doesn't take much to figure out what Faust wants, because he's this old man.
It's only an older man who wants to be young, and for that he signs a pact with the devil, which will make him young, with one condition: he will belong to the devil after his death.
It's actually Marguerite who is the impetus for him to sell his soul.
She's sort of the archetypal good girl. In traditional versions, she's always at church. That's where she always goes. And I think that she has a secret fantasy, a secret desire for romance.
He follows his love. He falls desperately in love with her and only wants her, but then in a very human way gets tired of her too, and then moves on.
It's an eternal and universal theme. I'm getting old. I know a lot of things. All I want to do now is to be young again.
Even though it's hundreds of years old, the reality, the human reality of the characters are exactly the same as they are today.
To update it to today is helping the story. Today sometimes to update doesn't make too much sense for my taste. I don't update every opera because I don't think it's necessary. But in this case, I think it is, because in this way we give to the audience the opportunity to have more connection with the story.
That's the great thing about a story like Faust, is that you really can set it in any time, because there are certain truths that are universal, that are not restricted to one period of time. And you can't, there's always something that they think they're willing to sell their soul for.
The human condition of where he's going, what he's doing, is the same, whether it's in a nightclub or a village fair, because it's the same thing that's happening.
She would be at the spinning wheel, in traditional productions, but that's still, she's keeping busy, she's doing what she can to support herself and to keep herself occupied. But she's still, the same type of person. She's working hard, she's doing everything she can to keep her life together when she's all by herself. So I think if she lived in the modern day, she would be maybe not running a business, but she would be working, and she would be trying to do her best to survive in a rough world.
This is half of Faust. This is only the first half that Gounod set to music. In the whole of Faust, he also he goes past the death of Marguerite. He has many, many more experiences, and he's still unhappy. He's still searching for something that he can't find.
If you know the Goethe Faust, that the Gounod Faust adds the bit of humor that the devil would have, sort of looking at what he considers inferior creatures.
Who cannot not fall for the music of Faust? It's compelling music, it's beautiful music. It became some of the tunes, I can say that, people will whistle them without knowing it comes from Faust.
It's not like German, where you have a definite, in a sentence that you have a definite accent on a particular important word. There are very subtle accents on the words.
What's the most interesting of Gounod is how well he sets the words. The text is very important to Gounod, and the subtlety of the interplay of the music with the text is always something that you, as a singer, that you work towards, that you work on.
With this is very much in the French style. I sing, and I'm very, very aware and very respectful of the French style.
the beauty of the music, the reality of the story, the strength of the characters. It's something that everyone should experience.